Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful empowered harmonizers. We're zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer question, and that is, why does it seem like I'm stalling and I have no energy after what I've encountered in my difficult relationships? If you are really in a low energetic state, you're sort of looking down, you're feeling fearful, anxious, or just not comfortable, especially with your past, you're going to experience a feeling of resistance. And resistance makes stronger. So if you have encountered a series of abusive, neglectful, manipulative, toxic, controlling, or overwhelming relationships in your past that you have been exposed to, meaning endured, put up with, and tolerated for an extended amount of time, there's going to be a certain habitual feeling, which feels like resistance, and you'll experience ruminations to keep that past in place. This is living in the past. This is like your feet are set back there 10 years ago, 15 years, 20 years ago, and you're still hearing the messages, the negative influence, the negative impact, the negative reflections. It is within that person. It does not mean that it originated within you. It is like a seed that is planted that is nothing but a weed choking up your garden, choking up your feelings. Resistance, crowding it out, taking all the nutrients out of the soil and shading the plant of prosperity, happiness, peace, harmony, relaxation, calm, and just being happy, being able to let it flow, not worrying all the time. If you're experiencing this resistance, it is essentially like living in the past. And holding on means that part of your identity feels that you need this. Your belief is stating your unconscious belief is saying, for some reason, I need to protect me, for security, for whatever reason you're holding on to it, because deep inside you feel that you need it, or you still believe in those negative messages. You feel that you still need this person, you need their problems, you need to take care of them, you need to make them happy, you need to please them, you don't want to disappoint them, you feel that you've been defeated. So it's kind of like when you were back in grade school and you might, have lost a sprint, a dash, a high jump, or whatever it is, and you're still stuck on that gym class or whatever it is, and you're still like, you know what, I gotta get that long jump, I gotta get that high jump, I gotta do that sprint, I gotta get that race, I gotta win that, and you keep replaying that loss. So because you've been exposed to it so many times, it is just like it has been repeated, ground in, or like a seed that is bearing weed. So you need to get that weed out, unroot it, and realize that you don't want that, and to say and admit and have courage, I don't want that, I don't need that, I don't need that in my garden, and to have the courage to pull it out. There's a fear though of being present, and there's a fear of success, and there's a fear of making things work, and the fear of keeping yourself accountable, and the fear of being able to have confidence and trust that you can erect and enforce your boundaries and say, no way, I'm not listening to that. I don't want your weeds here. I don't want your dark cloud. I don't want your negativity. No, thank you very much. I prefer the light, and the light has me. I am protected. I am fully protected in my decision. It has to be a conscious decision for it to seep into your unconscious, and to believe wholeheartedly, no, thank you. I don't want to hear that negative, unconstructive criticism. There's constructive molding and shaping and directing and moving forward, and there's unconstructive. One that is effective to you moving forward, and one that is ineffective. So the dark cloud, the negativity, just because it has a power, a strength, it was planted by somebody significant in your life, doesn't mean that you have to continue to live in the past and draw your sense of importance or significance from that person or that message and live to prove that they're right. In other words, to stay in that battle, to stay in that conflict, to stay in that to prove you're right, I'm going to sabotage myself. Do you see how it flips? And then not only are you getting yourself behind, you're making yourself more behind and causing yourself to still live in the past because of the significance that you attribute, the meaning that you attribute to the messages, the person. I can't make it without you. And this just plays over and over and over and over again because of the degree of threat. Your communication is affected. So you have to give yourself credit and really sort of, to do the work, you have to comb through, scrape through, brush through, bristle through, and really clean it out like a deep cleaning. For some reason, why do people want that dirt of the past? It gives them a feeling of insulation. It gives them a reason to stay back. It gives them a reason to stay in their uncomfortability. It is like fear becomes the new comfort zone. It becomes the new place where you live emotionally. But that's not what your, internal self, your real self, your soul, your core, the infinite part of you, the divine, is trying to get through and send you a sign. Hey, you know what? Let's get you out of this constriction. Let's get you out of this limitation. Let's not live there. Let's not live in the past. Let's get some different players on your stage of life. Let's get some new players in your banquet of life. Let's get some new foods. Let's get some new recovery gifts. Let's get some new experiences. Let's get some new I am. And slowly but surely loosen and then let go of the grip of that person and the significance, the negative significance that they gave you. You have to and you're going to have to do this work again and again. You might need to listen to this video again and again, a series of videos here, to really get it through. You need, it is working on your beliefs. I believe that I am not threatened by that anymore. I know for certain that that is no longer a threat to me anymore. I know for certain that that was erroneous, flawed thinking. I know for sure that is not good for me. I know for sure. I know for certain, beyond the shadow of a doubt, no way, Jose, their messages were just designed to control, conflict, disempower, keep me under their thumb, keep me in their insecurity. They're living in their past. Perhaps the person who wounded them was living in their past. It can go back multi-generational. This is where it is. However, you have the opportunity. You are the only one in your legacy to be where you are now. So despite your family tree, you are here, you are now, you are free, you are liberated. This is the information age. Back in the day, you didn't have, go-to people such as myself, where in the privacy of these videos, you could reflect and decide and direct your future. Change your life, change your I am, change that whole pattern of history and break free, break the mold of negativity. I'm no longer being molded by negativity. I'm no longer being molded by negativity. Again, I am no longer being molded by that negativity. Period, end of story. And that's what it is. And so it is. Namaste. That is the call of the universe. Follow the call. Sometimes it's a little faint voice. You can't quite sure. It's tugging on your ears. I think, do I believe? Could it be so? Could it be true? Is this too good to be true? People have all sorts of excuses and reasons not to change. What is your excuse not to change? What is your reason for holding on to this person and the negative messages? Loosen your grip. Little by little, loosen the grip. Right now, you might be gripping real hard to that past. rumination, 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 living in the fear, living in the doubt. You're holding on. Your breathing is affected, your posture, your physiology, how you brace yourself. You got yourself all twisted up, your legs are twisted. Where do you hold this tension? Do a body scan. Where are you holding this tension? Release it and let it go. Are you holding on to it in your throat chakra? Does it affect your communication? Are you clenching your abdomen so that you just feel a constant degree of stress? Look at your muscles and really focus and release those muscles. Focus on where it is for you. Are you holding it all in your glutes? Do you come home or in your day, do you have a burning pain from holding your shoulders, holding your glutes, holding your abdomen, holding your breath? Do you feel so dreary that you can't keep your eyes open? You're so depressed. You're so hunched over. Poor, pitiful me. Are you engaging in the pity party? Don't accept the invitation. Thank you, but I gracefully decline. Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation, but sorry, I cannot make it. Don't be afraid to loosen the grip, because you're so fearful of losing that negative controller, because they were once upon a time your manager, your controller, your CFO, your CEO, your owner, the one who cared for you, your master, your confidant, your caregiver, whatever title, they were in your life, and you put them on a pedestal, an emotional pedestal, saying, yep, you are the authority. Little by little, begin to say, you know what? I'm going to decline them as the authority. And I'm going to get some breathing room. Okay? Breathing room for yourself. Get some space. Shake it out. Do a little dance. Do a little yes. And I would highly recommend getting into some exercise, get into some walking, some bike riding, whatever it is fun for you. What I think is super cool nowadays, which is new, is the hooping. You can try some new hooping classes. I don't know if I would be very good at it. You don't know until you try. You try new things to try new things. You start out as a beginner. What can you begin today? I'm a beginner, but I'm going to try a walk. I'm a beginner, but I'm going to plant a garden. I'm a beginner, but I'm going to build a website. I'm a beginner, but I'm going to learn how to jog. I'm going to learn how to stretch. I'm going to learn how to cook, needlepoint, sew, create, build a deck, a chair, carve wood, fly a kite. What is something new that you can do just for yourself? Don't be afraid to be selfish in this way. A guilty pleasure, an indulgence in the beginning. Don't indulge in the past. Begin to say, no, thank you very much. I am on a strict no past diet. It is making me bloated, angry, sick, disgusted, flabby, depressed. It ain't good for me. And the thing is, you don't need to communicate that to this person. A lot of people get stuck there. If I only can communicate it to this person, then we would be okay. We would shake hands, hug, blow a kiss, part ways. It's okay. You can live in the present now. Are you waiting for this person to give you the green light? Give yourself the green light. Oh, but this might not look good being a beginner. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can sustain this. I don't know if the universe will support me. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. You'd be surprised how many nice people are out there who are looking for beginners to give you a hand up, hold your hand. Let's do this. Let's learn how to do the cha-cha, the samba, the foxtrot, the salsa. What is your passion? What can you ignite? What have you always wanted? Scuba diving, snorkeling, collecting, doing whatever, painting, drawing, using different types of paints, different textures, different colors, different perspectives, different scenes, different pencil strengths. Go on an artist date and go into an art store just to peruse. Go into a fabric store just to peruse. Go into an art studio or an art gallery just to look. Go to a bookstore, flip through some books on mechanics, history, religion, cookbooks. just realize that there's a whole new world waiting for you, but you have to accept. I accept. I will be there. I will take the invitation. And then you will let go of that resistance. You will let go of that energetic block. You will stop living in that past. Be able to scramble the image of that person as the authority. They are not your authority figure. I've got news for you. Flash news, flash alert. You are the authority. Stop giving that person the authority. It doesn't mean you have to reflect back and be a counterforce to their force, but just look at them, observe, and gracefully decline and move away from the source of the conflict. Don't buy in, don't bite the bait, don't acknowledge and validate them, breeze right through. If they can't engage with you and connect with you and get into a positive flow and a positive pace, then you have no business being with them. Period, end of story. Mother, father, postman, doctor, lawyer, whoever it is, begin to say, I am the authority. Begin to realize and acknowledge and validate it lives in you. It lives in you. But usually if you've been in abusive relationships, you're not going to experience it. That message was not bestowed upon you. That message was like, be here for my, whipping post, and you had received the wrong message. Begin to say, you know what? Man, that was a wrong message. Even though it came on strong, it came on hard, it came on with hostility, rage, aggression, and harshness, it doesn't mean that I have to be overwhelmed. Loosen the grip, shake it off, okay? Begin to realize that you don't have to please them through the ruminations, through staying stuck in the past. Begin to see yourself as a separate and empowered entity and shine in your own light. Allow that to fill you. This is just a vessel. Allow it to fill you. I allow it. I give goodness, love, and light the permission to fill me now, and so it is. If you ask, you will receive. So loosen up the grip. Begin to acknowledge and validate when the shoes of the past begin to feel like they're directing your walk. Begin to do a little jump, do a little clicking of your heels, do something physically to say, no way, ain't living there, ain't going back, the place is condemned, the place is roped off, it ain't inhabitable. Period, end of story, adios, bye-bye. I'm looking for a new internal real estate, and that is with me. I'm my own realtor. I'm showing myself the bigger, better universe and your greater family at large, which is outside your door, outside your front door, outside your front window, your back window, your garage. That is the bigger life. Go and take the steps to go there. Disrupt the pattern, disrupt that message, get out of your routine and go there and begin to realize what makes you feel alive. And continue to focus on that despite who is around, despite what messages people are trying to whisper in your ear. Dun, 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 dun. You've got the wrong this, you've got the wrong that, just no thank you and refuse. Just like, nope, return to sender, addressee, don't live here no more. That is your torch. Begin to realize that is their torch, that is their cause, that is their thing, that is their identity. Give it to them, but have a space of your own. Begin to declare and enforce your space and what makes you alive and your passion. And begin to live in that passion regardless of who is a distraction. Just be like, yep, that is a distraction. I ain't buying in. I ain't taking the bait. I'm listening my grip. I'm listening their grip on me. And breathe through it. Just like, if you're still with me here, once upon a time, I had to go through a lumbar puncture, which is where they put you on this table and they've got this x-ray machine and they've got this needle that they're putting into your spinal in the lumbar, okay, and they're collecting your spinal fluid, okay. It's not a super comfortable procedure, okay, but I knew I had to go through it per the doctor's orders for a diagnosis. So to me, I have to endure this for a better outcome. So I have to endure that uncomfortability for a better outcome, for a greater peace of mind. So I have to go through a little bit of this for a better outcome, a little bit of pain for a greater pleasure and really peace of mind. So it's going in deep. You know, you got risks associated. It's a risk to change. Spinal fluid could leak. You can get the spinal headache. You know, there's all these, you know, warnings you have to sign off. I understand and I agree what I'm getting into. They take the fluid. It hurts, you know, when it goes in deep and you're like, I've never felt this before. This is really, really uncomfortable and painful. And you have to breathe through it. Just as if you're swimming, you know, putting your face in the water and then taking a breath, you know, you're breathing while swimming. So it's kind of like that. You have to continue your arm strokes, you know, for those people who have been through swimming lessons, you have to breathe through it. I'm breathing, I'm learning how to swim emotionally. Breathe through it. You can do this. Loosen the grip and let go of the resistance and you'll become stronger internally. That's what it's all about. It's your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. And I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discretion, and support. Stop living in that past. Identify that was the past, that was then, this is now. Begin to see the separation between that negative message and where you are and who you are today. Peace out.